Oh no, we were muted. Doesn't that suck? Okay, well, just a quick recap. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Leanne. Hi, everybody. Everybody, welcome all the lurkers as well. Yeah, didn't realize it was muted. I'm sorry, guys. So let me recap what I was saying. When the mute the mute was on, and it sounded good the first time around. And normally I don't do the show on Saturdays, but I bumped it up a day because tomorrow I am committed to doing a program with Boo Productions. It is going to be a paranormal roundtable, and I was invited to join in. So that's where I'm going to be tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys can come hang out and hear a good discussion. Hey, Bill, how's it going? So we're going to do the minis tonight. Nobody was posted it going live, so I figured I'd sneak it in. And seeing it's only the second video for this channel, hopefully when I get my numbers up, they'll be able to transfer the other videos over to this one. I haven't figured that one out yet. So all of the videos will be on this channel for the minis. So, of course, you guys remember we're doing a greenhouse this time around. Kind of breaking it up from the Spooky Village stuff. This looked really cute. And you've seen I was working on flowers, and there they all are. I'm going to show them to you. And today we're going to be working on some containers to put these lovely little flowers in. How is everybody? I'm glad you guys can hear me now. I know what the heck, right, Laura? Get with the program. So there's look at little potted plants, and I worked on the focus. So hopefully the focus will work better tonight. I had to play around with a little bit of some camera settings, and hopefully it works the way I want it to. But there, and those little tiny vases, and then you can see all the different ones that I've been doing, all these little containers. Let me grab the tweezers for this one so you can see this one. I'll make it easier for me to hold it up to the camera. And there you're going to see it's in like it seems like a little glass container, which actually is just a clear piece of tubing. And then you got flower label on the top, and then our little bouquet of flowers on the inside. The focus is still working, guys. I'm still working on it. But hopefully you can see some of that. And it doesn't want to focus for me. Go figure. Make me about to be a big fan of it. So there's that one. Little jars that we've got. Steph hasn't popped in, so she won't be too stressed yet. Little tiny jars with labels, really cute. And of course the little potted plants as well. There we go. Isn't it cute? Those are cute. So I figured today, and we got this big, huge one here too. The big, huge mama. Really fun. Takes a lot of patience, but once you get them all together, it's really simple. You just throw them all together the best you can. Also, guys, if you want to donate to the channel, you're going to have to do it on the Raw Side channel, because that's I'll be allowed to have donations there. I can't get donations here yet. Working on it. Got to build it up to that 1,000, and then I can receive them on this channel as well. But if you want to be generous or you feel pity, you can donate on the other channel. So what we're going to be doing tonight is this basket creation. And we're going to just work through this and chat as we go. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to Boo's Roundtable. Oh, that's right, because, yeah, you go on, right. So what I got to do is I got to cut out these pieces for this project. You just cut along the dotted line, guys. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We've got some good people that are going to be on. Going to be some great questions. And we'll see how it turns out, I mean, the worst thing is it can crash and burn, right? Who knows? So just going to cut these out along that line. Some people don't want to do it, but with scissors, I just think it's quicker. I don't bring out the rotary cutter, but you can do this on the rotary cutter so that, if you're afraid if you're not going to cut a straight line, just take your time. Adjust the paper as you're cutting. Pretty simple stuff. Again, just patience. Work slow. And you get it done. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I don't know. I'm a little downtrodden today, so I figured, well, let's do a live. Have everybody cheer me up. How about that? The weather here has been crappy. Rain on and off. We've got storms actually coming now as I speak, so hopefully the internet holds out. So all we can do is hope for the best, right? At least the smoke smell has let up. See, now it's gonna autofocus for me. If I wasn't a professional, I'd let the camera know how I feel. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, we had the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Hopefully those people are okay. But the last few days here have been just awful, with the smell of burning wood, and the sky's all like brownish orange, really strange color, and air quality unhealthy. That's a scary thing. So yeah, kind of been like stuck in our houses, unless you want to go outside and then come in and call off later. It's all up to you. But I didn't want to take any chances. I just got over the stupid cold. Didn't want to chance that one again. Also, of course, I didn't find them. I've got small shears that are perfect for this, and they're MIA right at the moment. So I have these, which work just as well. But the smaller ones, I think, have a little, and they're a little bit curved. So if you've got like a small project, little shears like that work great. But work with what you got, right? Also, I have a new tool that I want to be showing you guys before we end the show today that I can't wait to play with. It's a great piece of equipment that's going to come in really handy with doing this and doing the miniature figurines as well. Oh, and just to let everybody know who didn't hear, plumbing is all fixed. Yay! Had to give it my firstborn, but yeah, it was worth it to use the bathroom again. Oh man, now I know why a plumber has such nice houses. Holy crap, man. A little bit of a shock, but the guy was really fair, and they did a job, so that's all that matters. We'll just cry about the other part later. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? So we'll just cut this stuff out. Let's see what everybody's saying. Thanks for sharing all that, guys. Thunderstorms right now. Yeah, see, Bill's not too far from me, so we're getting thunderstorms now. Hopefully, everything holds up. And then we got nothing. Oh God, I forgot I had oh geez, I had an umbrella open out in the backyard. I hope somebody put it down. Otherwise, it's going to end up in Oz. To take off like Dorothy. Excuse me. So, yeah, it is great, Pinky, because I'm like, all right, we got to do something here. Everything that we did didn't work, and it was great. They were here about an hour or so, did their magic, and everything is fine now. And of course, they were thinking it was tree roots, and I'm thinking, well, there's no trees in front of my house. And then it dawned on me after the guy left, we do have small trees that are trying to grow under our porch, our front porch. And I said, that's what the problem is. So guess what's happening? Excuse me, as soon as the weather breaks, I'm going to have to rip the front of my porch off and get under there with a chainsaw and nip those bad boys out of there, because I'm not doing this again. Oh, and I tickle my throat. I'm sorry, guys. Neighbors need an umbrella. Yeah, hopefully somebody closed it. It's an American flag one, too. I like it. Watch. They forgot to put it down. I don't have it anchored into the pipe. So I guarantee if we get an updraft, yeah, it's going to end up in somebody's yard. I should have told my husband to double check. But I forgot. I totally forgot about it. Hopefully he's seen it and he put it down. Otherwise, it's hasta la vista, baby. You know what I mean? Oh, rip out them trees. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to go in there with the chainsaw. Excuse me. And just cut them down. Never dawned on me that would be the problem. But I guarantee you that's what it is. So we're going to get in there, rip that all apart. And of course, then I'm saying like, well, who's getting under there? Who's getting under the porch? Because it's gonna have those big doo-doo spiders, and I ain't a fan of those. So we'll see what happens. Let's see who's gonna volunteer to get under there. I really don't want to. So we'll see. You need coffee. I know I do need a sip of coffee, don't I? Get that tickle. It's amazing. It doesn't start until I start running my gab on the show. It's annoying, is what it is. You get that little tickle, and then I start to choke. And it's still a little bit of a remnant of the cold that took 2 weeks to get rid of. Oh my God, guys! So if sinus colds coming your way, you're gonna have it for 2 weeks. And the whole time I had it, I was bitching. Oh, come on! I've had enough. Go away. And it went away when it wanted to. So this is actually like the longest part, is cutting out the things. That's why I always skip ahead on stuff when I'm doing the miniatures. I'll do some stuff to show you guys how I'm doing it, but then I just hurry up and jump ahead because you really don't want to sit and watch me cut paper all night long. Boring. So yeah, I do one to show you how it's done. Of course, we've got a couple here that I'm going to do. A couple containers and a couple of books. Just so you see how they're put together. See, just crawl under your porch. It's probably nice and cool under there. Oh, I'm sure it is. With all them nasty spiders. And it's not easy to get under there because we get to go over the flower beds, so hopefully nobody destroys any of the plants. Oh, it is what it is, right? I can always replant plants. But plumbing is, top priority because I really don't want to have those guys come back. I really, really don't. Even though they were very nice. Of course, they're going to be very nice. You're giving them money. But you really don't realize how annoying it is when you can't use your water or your facilities. It's a nightmare. So we did what we could do. And thank God that was a happy ending. Okay, so there we got both of those cut out. You can see those are those. This is the bottom section of that basket. And then, of course, we have the round outer side of that basket. And this has an extended edge on it. And the reason for the extended edge, if you could see it there, probably not. But there's an extended little edge there that you're going to fold over because that is going to be your rim, the top rim of the container. And to just make it even, use your trusty ruler. Level it up with the edges of the paper. This is the best way to do it. And then just fold it over. Got myself a frame of reference. Give ourselves a little dab of glue. Leanne, if you want to come over and crawl on the porch, you can. I mean, anybody who wants to volunteer, I'm down. I'm down with it. So I'm just going to make sure I have my straight edge. So it's straight. There it is. Fold it over again. So you kind of like score it. And then I just take the edge of my craft knife and I'm going to just load it up with glue so it stays in place. And then you're going to take also about 2 centimeters of raffia, which is like a twine that we use. That is going to be the handles. We'll make the handles out of that. So fold this over, make it nice. Did everybody have a good day today? I hope so. I hope you had a good Saturday. Did anything exciting? So there is the edge that we've got, guys. Now, and you're going to round it off. Multiple tricks on rounding stuff off to give you a um, good round, like barrel effect. You get to take. See, I have multiple crafting knives, so you got one with a bigger handle on it. You take that and just kind of like round it, kind of like scoring. So you're going to get that rounded effect. It'll help you get a good round shape. Kind of like when you're curling ribbon, you're going to get that same effect. And so there, I did that with that one. And let me glue this one before we start putting it together. So we've got two of them. I'm just going to make sure my edge is ready. My edge is even. Let's see. My new condenser mic arrived. I've been playing with it. Oh, that must be so fun. Are you liking it so far? I know there's so many things I'd like to get for the shows and stuff, but you just kind of wait. That's the way I'm bad at waiting. Because I get so excited. I want to get stuff, use it, get it, use it, and but you gotta wait. I'm worse than a kid when it comes to stuff like that. It's like, oh, I really could use this, but I gotta wait. So there we go. Again, I use my nails as tools, giving me that sharp edge that I need. And yeah, the swirly isn't too bad, guys. See, not too bad. Well, that one there. But otherwise, not too bad. And then we're going to round this as well, like we did the other one, so that we can get that round basket effect. And then I'm going to get another dab of glue. I love it that we have the inverted bottle like that, because then you just put up the squirt that you need, and that's it. It saves on waste, because I don't like the waste product. And then you're just put a little on the end, and then roll it around and connect it together the best that you can. So exciting, new mic. Love it. Love new equipment. Actually, I've been watching a lot of stuff on the soundboard that came with it. You can do voice changes, and it sounds like, oh, that is so cool. See, I had a couple of soundboards, and even Bill helped me out with one. And the first one fried. The second one just isn't recognized by my system, so I can't even use it. I love playing around with that stuff. Someday I'll get I'll get another one, and we'll see what happens. There you've got your cylinder shaped a barrel there, your basket, whatever you want to hell to call it. It kind of has that wicker design on there. So now what you're going to do, make sure you have your top folded edge facing upward. Excuse the nails, guys. I didn't have time to do big nails today, because that's where you're going to put your handles in. But first, we want to put the bottom in. Don't forget the bottom. You don't want to go bottomless. You might get arrested. So you're going to fold up those tabs that you cut out. And that's where you're going to apply your glue and then slide it into place to give your basket that cute little bottom. I loved it with the, when I was, the thing that it killed me is that it worked when I played around with it just to play around with it. But then when I went to go do it, use it on a show, nothing. I could hear it in my headphones, but you couldn't hear it on the program. I was like, oh, that stinks. And like I said, Bill come over and help me with it. And it just, we just couldn't get it to work. So I don't know if it was a cable issue. I don't know. But he tried, and I appreciated it. So there we go. We've got the bottom in. And what you're going to do is actually those tabs on the inside, push them down so that they connect with that inside wall, so that glue adheres to it. You don't want your bottom dropping out. How embarrassing would that be? So Pinky's going to be playing with voices. Awesome. that'll be cool. So our handles, they recommend that we measure them out to be, I'll do that second one in a second. Where is the recommended length? 2.2 centimeters. So 2.2, which is about there. So I'm going to cut that to the exact length that they recommend. Don't ever throw away the little tiny pieces because you always can use them for something else. Always save your little pieces. And then you're just going to untwist this to separate it. And then you'll have two handles. Now again, same thing with this. You can either use the knife blade itself, the dull, not the sharp end, to round off that material to give you that rounded effect, which I will do. Or you could just use, again, the handle end and then just kind of like roll it on there just to give you that little bit of a handle effect. Either way, works really good. I don't know if you guys can make out. Which, yeah, you can barely see. So that sticks. Let's do it a little closer on the back of my hand. And you can see the little curve there. So you'll have that curved handle. And then you're just going to attach it with the glue. So I bet you had a good time all day today, Pinky, playing around with all the fun sounds. And we're going to do a little dab will do you. And then put this in place. One on either side. Just pick a side, any side. Get that into place. Sometimes it's not going to cooperate. That's normal. But once you get it to stick, you hold. So there I have one of them. Oh, my bottom didn't stick all the way. Oh my goodness. My bottom's dry. Let's put that back in there. How dare you? Oh, turkey. Put that back in there. It wasn't set up yet. There we go. It's back in place. Let's get that back on. I don't want to run around my bottom on them. I'm going to do this again. Let's be fixing that. Just screwed up my handle. Again, patience. Patience are needed. They really are. And some people just say I'm nuts because I do this, but I find it relaxing. I really do. It's just like any other hobby. You're going to find it relaxing. And I like the challenge. That's a good too. The challenge of constructing and doing this kind of stuff. And it's even a greater challenge when you start doing everything from scratch, which you will see when I start doing the large dollhouse build. Because I'm going to be stripping that down, like I told you. We are going to be starting from step one. And that's from just stripping down the entire building, repainting, rewiring, all of that fun stuff. So there you've got the one basket. She's all ready to rock and roll. Let's slide that off so it can set and dry before I put anything in there. And now I'm going to do the second one. So did I lose you guys yet or what? Everybody's quiet. I hope not. I hope I didn't put anybody to sleep yet. It's too early for sleep. Your tweezers come in handy. Because when you can't grab anything, they're like an extra set of hands. This one wants to be a little crooked. I don't think so. A little pot plant. The little potted plants are so cute. Oh, thanks. They're fun. I have a good time on them. But I do find that making the paper flowers isn't my favorite thing to do. A little more time consuming. But I do find that making the paper flowers isn't my favorite thing to do. A little more time consuming. Again, you don't have to follow. I mean, I'm following the directions. They really aren't that hard. They're just time consuming. So if you really aren't into doing the paper flowers, you can find tiny artificial flowers and then just replace them instead of doing the paper. Like I said, always make the project your own. Yeah, follow the directions so you put it together correctly, but it's not written in stone that you can't change it up. I always like to change it up. The other one that we're going to jump back into is the one I started when I had it on the other channel, where I bought the already made little dollhouse, but I am pretty much repainting and redesigning the whole thing. So we started that, and we will get back to that so you guys can see. That's fine. Because now you're totally making it your own creation. And that's all part. That's what all this stuff is. That's what art is. That's what craft is. Is you're making something your own. And I think you enjoy it much more when you do it that way. So there we go. We got our bottom in this one. I'm gonna let this set a little bit more before I put the handles on it, so it doesn't drop out on me. We'll let it set a little bit. Let it set there. So I expect that I have strip for the handles. You're just insane. There's got to be hundreds of tiny plants in a greenhouse. There is. That's why I'm not showing you all of them. Me doing them all, because you're just gonna get really bored watching me put together all these little plants. This one here, this potted plant, cute little glass container it's in, little tiny fern. I mean, it's just, yeah. So that's the kind of thing that you're doing. That's why I said you gotta have patience. And normally I do the spooky stuff, but I wanted to switch it up a bit for you guys instead of the same old, same old. So I got all different ones. You got like this carnation style flower in a little pot. I've got this one that I just started as well, individual petals, and then this will be wrapped in greenery and also put into another. These are all individual pieces that I had to layer on, so you get that full 3D effect of a flower. There's a lot of it, and this one and the next one, same thing, kind of greenhouse design. I'm searching for more of the goth style stuff, but I think we've made them all. And the ones that I really would like to get, they're a little pricey, so I'd have to save up. There's one that I really like, but I'm hoping that they'll drop the price on it so that I can build it for you guys. It's really cool. There's actually two. There's two of them. There's a post office that has an owl with moving wings and a moving treadmill for packages, and that's a little pricey. And then there's another one that has giant crystals and a giant squid, and that one's cool too. A little pricey. I'm waiting for the prices to drop down because, like I told you guys before, when you donate to the channel, all this stuff goes back into the channel for things that I need. But I try to spend the money very wisely. I mean, I don't like to take advantage of people's donations. I like to use them to the fullest of my ability to get the best quality. But I'm just not going to throw it away. What do you call it? Frugal, cheap? I don't know. Wise? You decide. You decide. See, what Leanne knows. Yeah, I'm already insane. I already know this. So far, I'm very happy with this company, except for the stuff coming in this kind of bags. I like the resealable bags because, which I ended up changing out the beads because they end up all over the place. So little Ziploc baggies I prefer, but otherwise those are good. I just knocked all those down, but that's okay. This way, you keep all of your tools and everything all in the same place instead of chasing them around on a table. Makes it a little easier. And then, of course, the metal builds, which are great. I bought another metal build project, which you guys are going to like. That will probably be the next one that we do. Because remember, I did the Vampire Queen. Hey, Sage! Hi, Sage! Yeah, frugal is good. See, I mean, it's just, you're trying to do, get the most for your buck. I don't think that's a bad thing. Especially when it's a gift from, my members and my subscribers. And I want you to see that, I'm not just, pissing the money away. It's important to me that, I get the best quality and the best bang for my buck. So I do a lot of shopping. My husband goes, "What the hell are you going shopping again?" I said, "Well, I'm just not gonna grab anything." So here we go. We got our little handle that we're gonna put in. How's Sage tonight? How's Mom? How's your finger? So we're gonna put this in. Poor Sage keeps hurting her finger. Sage is a train wreck like I am. Always something. Of course, it's like most of us. If you didn't wake up and something wasn't hurting, then you think you were dead. It's pretty sad. Sad. I was wore out from the marathon shopping yesterday. Ooh, but did you make a good haul? I hope you did. Remember, we're all coming to your house to eat. Hey, William, welcome in. So let's put on the second handle here and then move on to the next. That's right, she did marathon shopping. Go girl. I get it, you got no choice, so she's got to do that crazy shopping. And there's handle number 2. So there we got ourselves another cute little basket. And there it is. Cute. We're going to let that dry so that we can fill it up. Always fun to fill it up. And also, I recommend when you're doing stuff like this and you're skipping to a next project before something is finished, put a mark on it. What do I do with my pen? Always put a mark that lets you know that you have left off and have to return to it. That's just a good way to keep track of what you're doing. Because if you're like me and you're going to forget stuff, make that mark so, oh, wait, I got something to finish on this piece. Now, we do have stuff that we have to put on the inside of that, but I want to wait till those are fully dry before I continue with those. So we're going to skip over to the next one. And we are going to start with, I'm going to do this one too, this great little planter here, but I want to get to the books there. The books are really fun. Really simple, pretty easy. And I have here, these are the covers. We have to cut those out. And then the inserts. Look how pretty those are. All those pretty flowers. Nice. I aggravated it pretty big carrying. Oh, no. On that note, I did get to show people that they were all number 1. Hello, everybody. Just get the fingers all taped together. That's hilarious. Hilarious. You're number 1. Woohoo. That's friggin'. But you got some good goodies. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to trim out this book. These are the covers. Love the fancy design on the covers. And I love it that they have, this paper has a high sheen to it. So it makes it look really nice. Also, if you're ever doing your own personal build, I find what works fantastic. If you get like scrapbooking magazines, or even if you get miniature magazines, and you can't afford to get printouts of stuff like this, all you do is you cut those photographs out of the magazine, and then you put a backing on them, like any kind of construction paper, stuff like that, and that works just as good. Framing photographs, that's how I used to, when I first started doing this years ago. Why spend money on framed portraits when you could just find a small miniature photograph, cut it out, make the frame out of balsa wood, you know, cut it, stain it, and poly it if you want, and then you just adhere that small little photograph inside an instant portrait. I did that with all of my first builds years and years ago. Bottom line is miniatures are expensive. And if you don't have a sponsor that's going to help you out with miniature stuff, so there's our little covers for our books. If you don't have somebody that's going to help you out with sponsorship and stuff, and you've got to get all these little details, you got to use the melon. You got to figure, okay, how can I achieve this? Like with these are great photographs right here. And if you didn't want to use them totally for a book, these would make great framed photographs and portraits for inside of a house that you're building. Always got to think outside that box. People getting the swear finger by SAG. Or you mean by Sage? Yeah, she's letting them all know that they're number one. That's all right. Everybody likes to know that they're number one. Actually, my sister ended up hurting her finger the same time you did yours. And yeah, I told her, well, you can go around and do this. Sage does it. She starts laughing. So I'm just going to cut this out. Yeah, see, I'm so used to using the shears that I'm pretty quick at it. A lot of people say, like, you're nuts. Just put it on. You got a rotary cutter? Just slap it on there. Run that blade over it, and it'll be done really fast. Work with what suits you best. And there, I got that one strip off. Do the top, and then I'll show you how to fold it. If you guys have any questions, shoot them out there. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. I love all of the new products and stuff they have out for miniatures. They're great. They really are. But I really enjoy it when people use their own imagination and they develop their own stuff. Because I just think it's great. When you actually, what can I use for, like, brick or hardwood floors or wallpaper? Just it's easy just to go out and buy that stuff and then put it in there. But when you put thought into it, what can I use? And you create that piece. I think that is just great. One time I wanted for the house that we're going to redo, and I'll show you it when I get it up here. My grandmother gave me a watch one time, and I saved the face of the watch because I thought it was very pretty. And I used it, and I made myself a grandfather clock with it for that miniature. It came out so cool. And it had sentimental value. So that was the best part of it. Now, anybody that's ever done any miniatures, I know, like, Bill had done the whole street scene thing, which I still think he should keep instead of selling it. All the work you put into it. You try. It's great to find the store stuff. Yeah, it is. But when you think outside the box and figure it out, it's even better. Because you're like, oh, I made this, and I use this. So never let any of that stop you, because, like I said, miniature stuff is very expensive. So if you can figure it out, do it. Just do it. Okay, easiest way to fold these guys. And I showed you that before in other videos. Your ruler can be your best friend when it comes to stuff like this. Because you're just going to place it on the line, the dotted line they provide you where the fold's supposed to be. And you're going to fold it on that line. And we are going to start here. This way gives you that perfect score that you need to get that bend to fold this into a book. Now, if you're really good, then you won't need the ruler anymore, and you could just fold it as you go. So you would bend it in those correct areas and then fold it to that dotted line. But we're going to play nice and do it this way. So now I need to fold this way. It just makes it quicker. Give you that crease that you need to follow. And actually, once you get going, it's pretty fast. So you're going to get that accordion design, fold it up, and then glue it together. Really quick, really simple. And you end up with instant book. We're number one. Yes, we are. We are. Shit. We're number one. When did Miss Leanne do this fine Saturday? I always got to remember it's Saturday because I'm doing the minis and I'm thinking Sunday. Of course, I'm always a day ahead. I don't know why. I just am. So you're just going to do this. Also, I told you guys before, like with all the other kits that I have put together for you guys, I save the wood from those. So that if I want to make up something like a railing or staircase or something, I've got that wood and I can use that. So don't always just take it, oh, well, we're done, throw it out. No. Save it in a box and, because it can be used for something else. Virgil says tedious. It can be. It can be. Like I said, you got to have the patience. Now I just fold it up. Make sure that it's straight. Score those edges so you get a nice book edge. That's again where the nails come in handy. If you don't have the long fingernails, just use the edge of your ruler to score it so that you have that sharp edge. How did it get to be Sunday or Saturday? I know. Leah was like me yesterday. I was passed out. Passed out. You don't realize that you need to sleep until you don't wake up. And it's been rough around here. And Leanne's a night owl. She hangs out late at night. So there we got it all. We got the accordion going on there, guys. So now what we're going to do is the same with the book cover. Make sure you got the right side because there's two different sizes. This one's smaller. I like to line it up, fold it over so that I got it where I want it, and then that back edge right here, I'm going to score that. Now you can score it with your ruler. I usually do it with my nail, but I'll show you with the ruler. Don't get too rough because you'll take the picture off. You're going to score it so that you have the binding of the book. And then you're going to glue that section so that it sticks together and you don't lose your cover. You don't want your book to be naked. No naked book. So let's see if our glue is still wet. It is. Bravo. And then I'm just going to put this back in and make sure I've got it going in the right direction here. Put that on there and then hold it in place for a little bit. We're giving one finger status. Hey, Phil, that's right. One finger status. How's Phil doing? Phil had to go back to work today, didn't you? Or yesterday? Oh, that must have been rough. It must have been rough. Leanne thought it was Friday. Oh, geez, don't I wish? The weekend goes too damn fast. It really does. Especially when you're overloaded with stuff you got to do, and it's just never enough time. And then when you start getting into it, then it's, you got to go to bed and start all over again. So there we go, guys. A book is finished. Get that out of the way so you can see. Now open it up. Got all that fun little pictures in there. How great is that? But you make sure you put a good liberal amount of glue in the back of it so that all of those pages will stick together instead. Because if you don't, the center will pop out like an accordion. So you want to make sure, and then just set it aside, let it dry. That's the thing you wait for most is drying. Um, yeah, a Thursday. Oh boy, so your butt's all better or good enough to go to work. Um, I love using the craft glue. It dries quickly, so you don't have to wait as long. This other glue is fantastic, and it's the B7000. It is good, but it takes a little longer for drying. And I normally use this specifically for like gemstones and stuff like that, and bead stuff. So because you're gonna put that together and let it sit. So this is great for that, and that dries clear as well. But the craft glue, oh yes, definitely have to use that if you want to get it done. So that's fun. Yeah, it's seen it cool. It's a cool little book. And like I said, you could do this with any if you because I used to get miniature magazine, so they had some great pictures in the miniature magazine. So I used to cut them all out, and I have envelopes filled of all these little mini pictures, so that I could use for portraits and books, all kinds of stuff. So that's what you do. You save that stuff. It saves you a lot of money. If you can make up your own lighting, fantastic. Miniature lighting is expensive. You get the wiring and the LED bulbs, and then you can use any bead that you have in your repertoire and make a lamp out of it. It's really simple. That's the cheaper route to go than buying already made lamps and lighting because they could run you. I remember when it was, oh my God, AC Moore, when that store was open. That's when I started doing the miniature houses. And that's a long time ago when AC Moore was around. And they had a huge section of all of the miniature stuff. And I would wait until they come out with the 50% coupon so I could buy chandeliers. And it got to be where this is ridiculous, where I could just use regular bead wire and beads and stuff like that and make up my own chandeliers and then just get the wiring to make it light up. Much more cheaper. Have you tried to go full screen to see better? Would it be easier for you guys if I did that? But then I wouldn't be able to see the chat. Let me see, because yeah, I know I played around with the camera and the settings, and it's still not the way I want it to work. I'm going to switch this, and you let me know if it is better. Is that better for you guys? Oh, yeah, it is better. See, it is better. But then I can't see what you guys are saying. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn my phone on. Thanks, Phil. I mean, that was kind of like pretty easy, wasn't it? Duh. Never thought about it. So I am going to switch over to my phone so I can see the chat. So you know what I'm going to do? So there, now I can see the chat on my phone. And then you guys have the larger picture. Dun, dun, dun. That works really cool. There, I'll put the phone over there so I can see. So there, perfect. So now you guys can see the little baskets. Oh, we have a handle that jumps ship. What up with that? Oh, rude. Let's reglue that. There we go. Thank you, Phil. That helped out a great deal. So now you guys can get a better look at what I'm doing. So I'm not swearing at the camera because it's not giving me the shot that I want. Put that back on there. Come on. Work with us. So see, now you get a better look at what the little basket looks like. Hey! It's awesome sauce. And there you go. There's the book. All those cute little pictures. It's so cool. Thank you, Phil. I just never even thought about doing that because I thought it would screw stuff up. So then you get a look here. There's the tissue flowers. Look at that. And then there's that bead base. There again, this is just a bead. And you're using it as a vase. They come in all different shapes, sizes. Well, this one here. Just a bead. And you're using that. You make lanterns with beads. You make, all kinds of stuff. It really does make it a lot easier. Most of the kits, the majority of the kits, come with the bead The bead bag, yeah, the bead bag. See, so that's all that stuff is. Seed beads, other beads. That's what they're using to make vases and uh, like fixtures, hardware fixtures for dressers and stuff like that. But if you have that kind of stuff on hand already, then you can just do it yourself. Lanterns. Most of the lanterns and lighting is made with beads and just the LED lighting kits, which are you get a lot of them for pretty good money. I mean, if you're a millionaire, or if you have people buy you this stuff, then it's cool. Then use the store bought stuff. But it's still fun making it up on your own. It really is. Ooh, that's a little behind that chat right there. So I'm just going to finish scoring off these sections so that you guys can see put this other book together. And my chat on the phone is behind. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's on a delay. It's delayed, guys. It's delayed. Let me see if I can. It might be better on the other one. Just bear with me, guys. So I'm still trying to figure this out. Is that better? I think so. Let's see if we can. I can make out the chat on the other one. See if it's up to date on here. Okay, so now the chat's caught up on the other one. He says, I think you went full tab on your end. I was meaning the stream layout. I clicked on the stream, and it does. It comes up full screen, but the thing is that now I can't see the chat here unless I get rid of. Let me get rid of this. And now that just gets rid of that, and then it's even bigger. That's all right. I can see the chat on the phone. I'll figure it out. I'm used to just the paranormal stuff, man, doing the interviews. It was easier there. I just explained how you made the little book to Virgil, and he said, I'll be damned. Still, yeah. Yep, she's thinking it's nuts. She's nuts. Why would anybody do that? I know when Steph watches, she freaks out. I can't watch it. It stresses me out. Where I find comfort in that. It's just, I don't know, calming. Folding paper, scoring the ends. Creating furniture. I mean, I love doing that. Making my own furniture. That's a ball. And you use the thin wood or balsa wood, and it's so easy to do. So you could design your own furniture and then make it. Don't maximize what you see. Click the tab on where you place guests. Phil's trying to help me out here so I can figure this out. Okay, so if I click this back to what it was. Sorry, guys, we're going to experiment. Okay. But still, that's even better with the other thing gone. Don't maximize what you see. Click on the tab where you place guests. I don't know what the hell this is. Don't want to do that. I don't know, but I think this is all right. Don't you guys can still see what I'm doing? And then I can still see the chat. Don't maximize what you see. click the tabs on where you place. Click on the tabs where you place guests. My God, it's getting really warm. For the next 8 to 10 days, we're looking at 90 to 100-degree weather. Oh my God, looks like a double box, etc. Looks like a double box, etc. I'm still looking, dude. Yeah, I don't have a. Well, see, this is Restream. I don't have a double. Oh, wait. Right there? Yeah, yeah. How about, yeah, I think this is what he's meaning. I got it. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, we're supposed to heat back up too. I don't, oh God, I don't know. Right now, the weather is great. How long it lasts, I don't know. So, can you guys see it all good now? So, again, I'm going to just score the back of that binding for the book. I just like using my fingernail. It's just better, and I won't. Yeah, see, thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. Um, Using my nail, I don't end up ripping the design, so I like it better that way. So I'm going to add my glue to the back part there, where the binding is supposed to be on the book. Again. And then we're going to add our lovely piece in the center. Make sure it's evened up. Smoosh it down so you get that glue to stick. You want that glue to stick. Then you get that book effect. So that's why we have Phil around, because Phil knows how it's done. See, you're not around just for your charming wit. And then there you go. We have book. So we're just going to let that change this a little bit so it's not so glary. We have our book. There it is. How cute is that? We're going to let that dry. So we'll set him over there, be with his friends. Craft glue, a little dab will do you. Yeah, it does. Well, I use it. You can use it for everything. That's the best thing about it. This is what I use, guys. The tacky glue, original tacky glue. And I love this design because, like I said, you take it out of the cap, you do what you got to do, and it's right there. The glue is always down at the bottom instead of having to shake and beat the bottle up to get what you want. This works perfect. So I'll clean that off a little bit there. And it's just right there. It's just perfect. So, if anybody they want me to sponsor them, I will, because this I use on everything. I will take the sponsorship. I'm serious. I have like stuff in the house that breaks. Oh, get this glue. All right, it works on everything. It's just the greatest stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna fun time. We're gonna put this box together. Nice. I know you're excited. The processes that we go through just to make a little miniature house. But here we've got our 2 box designs. You got a pretty floral, then you're just plain everyday cardboard box with like a slight marble design on it. And again, you're cutting. I probably should have did this ahead of time so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do it. It usually doesn't take me too long. Again, if with this, I would use, if you don't want to use the shears, use your ruler and your crafting knife, because there's a lot of angles that you got to cut out. But I've done so many of them that I just pretty much zip through it. Sounds taggy to me. I need a Domino's spot. There you go, Domino's sponsor. Oh God, I could go for pizza. What the hell did I make? Oh, a friend of ours gave us some venison, so I had a venison. Well, it was like the piece of a tenderloin that I cut up, and I made a sandwich with it. This, yeah, I could have done pizza. That's for sure. That would have been nice. So just, and this is where it gets a little tough here. You got little angles that you got to work. Just do the best you can. Like I said, here you see it's a little sharp angle when you're cutting. When you're doing it with a ruler, really simple. I don't know, a 3-year-old can figure it out, but just to explain to you guys, line up your ruler with that angle, run your knife along it, and then again, run your knife along it. But with me, it's the scissors are so much faster. And again, if like I said, if you can manage to get the small cut shears, they're perfect for this kind of work. It just takes patience, and you got to watch where you're cutting. Try not to get your fingers. And if you have issues with seeing small stuff like that, that's why I always recommend the overhead lamp or the glasses because they do help a lot. I need an energy drink sponsor. There you go, Pinky. Put it out there. Keep showing it on the on the lives. They might catch it. Knowing your luck, feel you'd get domino tiles, and not the pizza. Oh, jeez. My God, I haven't played dominoes in years. I don't. You got to make up some music for dominoes, and then you got to send it to them and make up a new jingle. Somehow you can't create unless you're having dominoes. That would be so great. You have a sponsor, wouldn't it? That'd be so fun. There's so many things that we use. It'd be nice to be noticed for that. Try out new product. I love trying out the new products. The new toy, like I said, that I just managed to get. And there we go. We cut that out. I'm going to show you towards the end what I got, and I can't wait to play around with it and use it. Took me a little while to get it, but I got it. At least I could resell those. Yeah, you sell those. Domino's isn't that cool. Oh, okay. I have to be honest with you, I don't do Domino's. It's not my favorite. I'd rather eat the box. Sorry. I and I don't care how many times they change it, it's just not my favorite pizza. No way. Um, and we only have one of them in our area. Believe it or not. With the size of the area, there's only one Domino's. And I think that's why they hold on because there are some diehard Domino's fans. And they still order from them. But I just never took a liking to Domino's. I prefer just, of course, I don't know what you guys got in your area. The local family owned pizzerias here are a million times better. And I stick with them. Just clip that, clip. I slow it down a little bit because we have all these angle clips and my finger's right there. And these shears are very sharp. Let's see, they could give me half of what they pay for 10 seconds. I'd be happy. Well, there you go. Hey, you never know, Phil. I always tell everybody, you never know. You could be just doing something as a spoof, and the next thing you know, they're contacting you. Hey, we like that. How about doing this? Or even if you made something up and you sent it in, what's the worst thing they could say? No. Worse off than you already are, right? I always tell everybody that. Don't be afraid to send stuff in. Like when Wayne was doing his music, some of the stuff is very lovely. Send it in somewhere. You know, what's the worst thing you can get? A rejection? Okay, well, no big deal. Everybody on YouTube likes it, so you get rid of that thing. Well, what if I did this? And it turned into something great. That's the way you got to think. Well, I got to do it because you never know. And then we're going to do one last trim piece, and both boxes are cut out. There we go. Done. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use that, there's that brown box. We're going to use a ruler to get all of our folds in, get them straight, and then we can glue it together. We're going to line that up. 5590 is what Domino's spends on advertising. Wow. Laura lives in food heaven. I'd be so. Oh, see, I told you, Leanne, we got all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of stuff. And all different, like pizza. It's all different styles of pizza. Phil would be in his glory here. And like around the corner, we have Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's. They're all right there in a row. But then you also have another pizzeria. I believe there's a new Mexican restaurant on that strip. Chinese food place. There's a sandwich shop. And that's just on that one road. Then you get on, which we call Commercial Drive. And you have restaurant after restaurant after restaurant. And then when you get into the hood area of the city, then that's where you get more ethnic type foods, Bosnian foods, Russian foods, Dominican foods. There was a Jamaican place. I don't know if they're still there. So yeah. There's all kinds of stuff here. And the thing is, I stick with what I like, the regulars, because, my husband's a picky pain, and you know what? So it's very limited on what I can get. So it's nice when I get a treat, and if you don't like it, I say, well, that's too bad. It's mine. Go make a sandwich. Go eat some peanut butter. I'm working on a new project that I hope will turn into something great. Right now, though, I'm looking at 6 to 12 months to get everything in place before I go live on it. I've spent 6 weeks so far. Oh, it's so exciting. She's dangling the carrot. Oh, boy. Can't wait for that. Isn't that great? I don't know. I was having issues today. And, everybody goes through it. And I go through it a lot because I stress about a lot of things. The overload of stuff at home. Doing this, hoping this is going to do well. Everybody's going to like it. Same thing with the other channel. I stress out about stuff like that. Oh, gee, I'm doing so great this month. What the hell's going on? We all do it. But, when somebody comes up with something good and new, it's exciting. So there we go. We got all of our folds. And now we're just going to glue it together. So let's get a little bit of the original tacky glue. My favorite glue. And we're going to glue all of our pieces together to make the form of this box. So you're going to glue all of your tabs. Tab, tab, tab. And, there's other things floating around, other projects floating around, but that's long term. So, hopefully all that stuff works out. I can't wait to see. Yeah, I know we can't see 6 months projects. Nice. I know, it's just like she just threw it out there, dumped it at our feet and ran away. So we got to wait. Anything with AI or assisted can't be copyrighted. So technically, they probably won't cause of ownership. A trademark wouldn't be their own. One good thing about hurting my finger is that I'm not able to wash dishes. Oh, she didn't have to wash dishes. Actually, I did that before I started to wash the dishes. I was supposed to make dinner for everybody, but that didn't happen. Like I said, I was in a mood. So it's whatever. That too shall pass. So everybody had to make their own thing. The venison I had at lunchtime. Paper plates work wonders. Oh, yes. They do. Yes, they do, Phil. I mean, there's just some days. But it depends on what you're cooking. If you're not making, I wouldn't recommend, having like a full-blown dinner and all that on a paper plate because it just gets, unless you're posh and use the expensive ones. Ooh, but yeah, if you're using the cheapy plates, that stuff's gonna fall right through. Excuse me. So now we got this is almost together, guys, and I'm gonna slide a little bit of glue in there to seal this off. And that is it. We have box. Oh, we have box, guys. There it is, box. Yes. So now we just gotta put the other one together. Are you still with me? Let's see. Yes, I want the first few episodes, our website and social media set up for. Wow, she's going big time. You go big time. And not even a little tidbit. It's more like, yeah, you gotta wait. Nah, 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 nah. And it's just showing us that we're number one. That's all right. Anything that's any good is worth waiting for. We have to tell ourselves that. So again, I'm just folding this along the dotted lines indicated on the pattern so that we get box. And then we can finish decorating it up. Making sure we get all of those dotted lines. This actually is like one of the easiest things to do. Paper plates, microwave containers. See, Leanne knows how to live large. That's it. Life's too short to hang out in front of the sink. Sometimes you just gotta. I don't like eating like a roast beef dinner on a paper plate. The gravy makes a hole in it, or steak. You don't want steak on a paper plate. Can't cut through anything, cut through to the table. I don't mind doing the dishes because there's only 3 of us. It's my husband, my father, and I. So I don't mind doing it. But it depends. It depends on what I'm serving. I want it to be quick. Then I say paper plates, guys. But usually it's just regular dishes. And it also feels good on the arthritis. Believe it or not, that nice warm water makes my hands feel good. I forgot a crease. What the hell? Not paying attention. Just running my app. Paper plates, pizzas boxes. Yeah. There you go. See, Phil knows how to work it. Actually, I know this guy that could actually eat a whole pizza himself. I mean, a large pizza. And yeah, he just opens the box on his lap. That's it. Again, guys, don't do what I do. I'm cleaning my knife off of my fingers. That's a big no-no. But, I'm a rebel. Yeah, that's it. That's it. A rebel. That's we are. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. Smaller tabs. So we're going to do those first. Then that in. Let that set up just a little bit. That's why I always like to use my curved tweezers. Set that one fold level. Hold it in place till that sets up a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier for you to construct the box. Just one? Oh, yeah, he does just one. Oh, well, he's an amateur, right? Right, Phil? Only one large? What the hell? I seen that. I'm thinking, good Lord, where are you putting it? I don't know. Where the hell are you putting all of that? I mean, I enjoy watching people eat. It makes me happy. If I make something and somebody's going to town on it, then I've done my job. But I'm thinking, good Lord, where are you putting it? Hollow legs, that's what it is. So there, the second half of my box. We have it in place. I'm just going to hold that for a second. You guys can see. Max Pizza is 3 for me. Phil, you could eat 3 large pizzas? Please, seriously? Tell me you are joking with me. Where do you put it? I've seen Phil. Phil, you're not that big. Where are you putting that stuff? Your back pocket? Oh, shit. He's got a pizza vault somewhere. I guess I should just thrown away the pizza box. Oh, you should not have thrown. Yeah, Leanne, just dive in. Phil's telling you, use the box. Be brave. Why waste the paper plate? All right, now we're gonna slide this into place. Get that on there. I guess I should. I always get extra pizza for leftovers. Yes, because I know, and this is a big no-no. Sorry, Sarah, if she's listening. I love cold pizza. Cold pizza for breakfast. My husband looks at me like I'm nuts, but I'm down, man. Cold pizza for breakfast is great. You just grab it and you start munching away. What the hell? Okay, I gotta get this one little tab that's not going in. There we go. Straighten it out. I'm gonna hold that in place for a little bit. And then we've got box number 2. A 3, yeah, no problem. Maybe a cheesy bread too. My son can, well, no, he can eat 3 pizzas, but my son can put it away. I don't know. I think my son's about the size of you, Phil. My son is 6 foot, 2, I want to say 280, 290, something like maybe a little heavier. My son's a big boy. And that's the thing. The hardest thing for me is when he moved out, I had to learn how to downsize the food portions because I was used to cooking, for him and my husband and I. My son there was never leftovers when my son was home. Okay, so now we've got our 2 boxes together. We're gonna stack them on top, and then I get to put a pretty bow. We got a pretty bow to put on top. Hurrah! Let's see where the bow is. Where the hell did Garnet hide now? Not in that bag. Let's find it. It's not in that bag. Aha, found it. It's in this bag. Which don't make a difference. It's sense because they put it in with the grass. You think they put it in with the other, stuff. Depends on the pizza though too, and what's on it. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense to me. Yep. So if you're saying like if it's just a plain cheese, then it's not a big deal. You could just take that out. I always just eat half of the pizza and 4 garlic and cheese swirls. Oh yeah, I do. Well, I do. I can push myself and eat 3, depending on how big the pieces are. But normally, yeah, then it's leftovers and I eat it for the rest of the week. Okay, so what we got to do, I'm making sure I got this correct here. Okay, yeah, so we're taking this lovely ribbon that they've got tied in a big knot. Thanks, guys. And it's tied up with the lace. So we're going to untie the knot, grab our piece of ribbon. See now, and I don't iron it. Because now I can't iron because I don't have the iron out. But if you have the option to iron it out, guys, it does look better when you do iron them. Laura's got grass. I do look. I've got this kind of grass, and I've got. I got a big box of grass. There's a big box of grass. Smoke it if you got it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is glue these 2 boxes together and then outline our packages to make them all purdy. I got the big box of grass. I'm gonna make that the top because I can. And they have it sit on top, so pretty. Put that in the center because we are going to be wrapping this in ribbon. I watched a guy on Instagram eat like 19 pizzas, but they didn't have much on them, probably just smaller than a medium. Is that the guy that goes around does a food challenge, Phil? Believe he's a British guy with a beard, and he goes into restaurants and he does the food challenges. Skinny little bastard, I'm telling you. Wow, the food he can put away. I am just in awe. I just stumbled across him one day and I'm thinking, oh my God. Look what he like ate like the world's biggest burrito. It could have fed a family of like 20. And he ate the whole thing. And then he always gets dessert at the end. Is that the guy you're talking about? Yes, Leanne, I've got stash. I sure enough do. So now I'm going to do a just do a quick round about this here to see the length. That they're telling you the length is 15 centimeters. You know what? Just wrap it around there and mark it, cut it, whatever works best for you. And I'm going to mark it there. Oop, and I pushed too hard on that. It squished me box. I squished me box. So I'm going to clip that. And obviously I'm going to need two because we have to have a crisscross. So I'm going to lay that piece on top of the other. Run it down. And then clip this off. So now I have the two pieces I need to make my fancy, fancy ribbon. It was a random guy. Some of those challenges are really wild, and some look easy. Yeah, I don't even remember his name, but he's British, and he goes around all over the place. And he's a thin guy with a beard, and he just tears it up. And you're like, where does this guy put this food? That's the mystery. Where does he put it? Because I just watching him makes me sick. I am shocked at what my skinny ass brother can eat in one meal. He eats a ton of food and never puts on. And that just makes you want to punch him right in the throat, don't it? You're like, why, yes, skinny. My husband's that way. Skinny bastard. Eats what he wants, doesn't gain an ounce. I just look at it and boom, 10 pounds. It's just not fair. I'm sorry. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue on there and glue that on. And let's put more glue on our palette. And then I'm going to put a dab right there on top of that ribbon. If you have to, use your nail to hold it in place because it's still wet, so it's going to slide a little. That is a given. And then we're going to gently wrap it around our two boxes. Because remember, this stuff is still wet. So be ginger with it. Be delicate. Place it in its pot there, so it's lovely, lovely, lovely. Even, make it even, guys. If you have to, put a little piece of a little dab of glue on the bottom to hold it in place, but do it as straight as you can, as taut as you can as well, because you don't want baggy ribbon. Nobody wants a baggy ribbon. They gain 10% of their weight, and just to get those out. Yeah, I know. Just go out and have one good healthy one, and they're ready for the next show. It's just wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to set up, I'm going to put a little dab on the inside so I can tack that side piece in. Do the same thing on the other side. Just a little dab to tack it down. One on the bottom as well. It just helps it stick together. And then just set it in place on the table. Let it set up. Because while you're waiting for it to set up, you don't need to be stuck to my finger. There you go. We're waiting for that to set up. There you go. We're gonna make a bow. right, I've got one piece here. Now we got to do this side. What the hell am I talking about? We got to do the other side. I'm excited to get the bow done. I had a couple doctors tell me I wasn't losing weight because I wasn't eating enough. My body wasn't in famine mode, according to that. Yeah, see, that's what it is. They always tell you never starve yourself because that's what it does. It'll store the fat because it's thinking that you're not going to get any more food. Um, which I don't know how true that is, to be honest, but well, I noticed that when I was on that 900 calorie a day diet and I did a lot of walk, that's when I could walk around without having, excruciating pain. I lost a shit ton of weight. But that's really not the best way to do it, guys. So don't do it. But I was never hungry. He's 6'4", and one time he wanted to put some weight on, so ate takeaway and junk food for 6 weeks, and he lost weight and said, "Oh, that's wrong." So we automatically don't like him. We automatically don't like him. That's it. I know my husband could eat anything and not gain an ounce. I don't get it. It's just their metabolism. Women are different. We always get the shaft. Just accept it, girls. Just the way it is. Okay, so now we're going to add another daddle to you on top of that. Because I don't eat a lot, and it just doesn't go anywhere. Of course, I'm not as active as I used to be because of all the aches and pains, which is really annoying. But what are you going to do, right? Keep moving forward. That's all we can do. This is moving along, so I'm going to cut this one a little shorter because I don't want too much of an overhang. Okay, so we're going to let that set. I'm going to hold it just for a bit until it sets up. Because there we've got a little pretty package, and now we're just going to make a bow to go through the top. And they're to explain it to you on how to make a bow, but yeah, everybody knows how to make a bow, right? I hope so. If you have insulin resistance, it can take like 15 days to hit ketos. Oh. Being a type 1 diabetic, I have to eat regular or I get hypoglycemic and it's not fun. See, that's what it is. I also have to, I'm not diabetic, not yet, but if I don't eat at least once a day, uh, yeah, my blood sugar drops and then I start getting dizzy. So I've got to have at least something, which is no fun. It happened one time when I was driving and I felt it dropping and I'm like, oh crap. And then I started seeing black spots. I'm like, oh man. So I pulled over to I drove past a drugstore. I ran in the drugstore, bought a bag of candy, started shoving it down my face, and then it stopped. That's not the best way to do it, but that's what I had at the time. And it happened to me once before in a grocery store, and I ran right over and grabbed a bag of grapes. And because grapes are just high in sugar anyway. So that worked. So I'd eat grapes while I was shopping. And yes, I paid for them. But it saved me from passing out in the store. It's terrible. So I have to at least have something. And if we go on long trips and it's where we go, there's no. Of course, my nails are getting in the way of this. Um, and I know there's no place to stop along the way, then I'll bring stuff with us, just so that I don't start shaking. And she was shaking. Come on, get in there. Yep, just gonna break my chops. Let's try it again. I'm just doing a double bow or double loop, passing it through. If I can get it through there, the fingernails in the way. Aha, I got it. And then you're just gonna pull it, like tying your shoe. And then just tighten it up. Make it pretty, pretty. You want pretty loops. Remember, you want it small and make it tight. I see, is this really too big for this box? Yeah, a little bit. Let's make it a little smaller. So that's what I'm going to do is just pull down the tails, make it a little smaller. There we go. And then when I tighten it, it'll be the size I want. And then I'm just going to trim off the ends. Again, save the little pieces. You never know, and you might want them for something. And then we're just going to top off the box with our pretty bow. Little diddle do. And then we just place it. Let's see how they got it on here. What is the best angle? There it is. Look, guys. Oh, we got a present. We got a present for Phil. Look. Isn't that stinking cute? So there we go. We've accomplished the box. Wrapped gifts. Great. Let's see. I have to monitor things on my arm now, so I get a warning beep on my phone when it drops below what the optimal is for me. Yeah, see, because you got to be very, very careful. See, I'm not. Yeah. They always say, well, gee, you're on the borderline. I've been on the borderline for like 5 years. What do you want me to do? I did a carnivore diet for one day, couldn't eat enough protein to not be hungry. I know somebody who was on the carnivore and they lost a couple 100 pounds, believe it or not, Leanne. And I'm thinking, well, how much bacon can you eat? But yeah. And believe it or not, because he lost all that weight, he wasn't on his gout medicine no more. No more blood pressure medication. And he was just started diabetes medication because he was type 2. And he switched to the carnivore and kept up with it. And within the year, he had lost all that weight. And he maintains it because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. You've got to be willing to give up all of this stuff forever. And that's my issue. You know what? I had a doctor tell me one time because because my sugar was a little high. Maybe you have to stop eating fruit. I says, well, nope. Then I guess I'm going to end up a diabetic because I wasn't giving up fruit from nobody. I'm sorry. That's just I draw the line there, guys. I draw the line. So let's find out how much bacon I can eat. It's very easy. So to see that's the thing though. You eat all that stuff. Okay, what is it doing to your cholesterol? I mean, who doesn't love bacon? But geez, I don't want to eat it every day of the week. So now I'm just going to trim out this box here. Just to trim it out. And actually, I'm just going to sit and chat with you guys towards the end because I know that Bill was going to go live. And seeing it's not my normal day, I want to respect everybody's Saturday schedules. Let's see. I love honey smoked bacon. Oh, I found one at Aldi's, guys. We've got an Aldi's. It's Black Forest plate bacon. Oh, jeez, it's so good. I love it. Well, we don't eat it all the time, so I figured it's okay. It'll be different if you lived on it every day of the week. Then okay, then there might be an issue. So I'm just going to cut this out. Quick. Check out what you guys are chatting about. It's still I'm overheating. I'm getting warm. And it is because our humidity is like outrageous. The humidity is very high. Even though I think it's only like 70 something, I think our humidity is like 91%. So everything's kind of like, wet and sticky, that kind of feeling. Ugh. Hot, wet, and sticky. Sounds like a movie. You know what kind of movie I'm talking about. So there, I cut out, this is the planter box that I said we were going to slide together next. I'm going to fold it on the folds. Naughty rat, go to your room. One day isn't much, but there are protein shakes, give plenty of protein. I'm in my room. Oh God. Try 3 days of just sardines. Oh no. Ooh. Please don't tell me you eat sardines. I never had them before, and I had a friend goes, "Oh, you love them? Try them." Oh, I opened them up. They smelled terrible for one. I think I'm not eating that. It smells like you know what. Then I go give it to the cat. The cat wouldn't even eat it. So I threw them out. So yeah, I pass on the sardines. Oh God. I wrap my frankfurter with bacon for my hot dogs. So good. I'm telling you, everything's great with bacon. Make chicken kebabs. Wrap the chicken chunks in bacon. You'll never eat it plain again. It's addicting. I usually chop up the chicken in like half inch size chunks, marinate it with honey mustard marinade, and of course with onions and peppers, and then I wrap them in each individual piece with bacon, and then you grill it. Oh jeez, it's the devil, but it's worth it. I'm folding this by just eyeballing it, guys. Do you put Taco Bell Diablo sauce on it? Not bad. Yeah, I believe you, Phil. I'm not trying it though. I am not one for sardines, apparently. Because, yeah, that was just foul. Okay, check in here. Make sure that, yep, that's dotted. So that's a tab. Excuse me. Oh my God. I'm choking. She's choking. Are you choking? Yes, I am. But it's okay. Who needs to breathe, right? Sardines and olive oil. After a few times eating it, it's okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I just can't do it. Just I can't do it. Excuse me. When I went on a trip, we were eating a lot of fish. They were catching. We would get tired of it and put a stripe of mustard in the fish and dry roasted peanuts and wrap them in bacon. Oh, there you go. See, you gotta fill it up with the bacon. Bacon solves the problem. So here we got almost all of our folds in place to make this planter box. This one I'm going to fold better again by eye because I want a sharper edge. So there it is. So now all I got to do is glue it together. And like I said, I'm going to be ending this early. I'm going to make sure I go, oh, see, now I missed a couple of folds. There's one here and then there's one up there. See, you got to look because they got them hid. Sneaky buggers. But it would make sense because it's a box. So there's that fold. Excuse me. You had 12 cans this, oh, but aren't they? Is that a lot of salt? Or am I wrong? I don't know. There has to be a lot of salt. Bend this tab. Then I'm going to bend this part. This is also a fold in the box. And there we go. We've got all of our folds in. I think. Oh, no, I think there's one more. I got to get the magnifier on this one because I'm not sure. Fold there. Oh, no, there's one more. See, it blended right in with the pattern. Sometimes you're going to run across that it'll blend right in with the design. So you got to always double check. Okay, that's the beauty of the magnifier. You know, you're half blind. So now, let's see how we put this together. This is, I believe, is the bottom half. And then we fold this over. Is that what we're doing, kids? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Lincoln. Or is that the fold over? You're confused. Yeah, confused. Oh, this could be the edge right there. That's the edge. See? Had me fooled. Now this gets folded up and folded up. Well, you get the general gist. I'm going to glue it off camera. Um, and then we'll have this cute little flower box and it'll be filled. So next show, you'll see all of the parts that are filled together um, and with more beautiful flowers. So let's see do you have a low cal, low carb, high protein, no salt. Oh, okay. Because I always heard they were salty. Do you have a chicken as well? Anything is edible if you wrap it in bacon. Leanne is a girl after my own heart. You can't go wrong with bacon. Come on. You just can't. I'm trying to do low carb, except everything in the house is ramen or mac and cheese. Yeah, that's the bummer. You gotta get rid of all of that and then reload. But ramen's not bad. It just depends on what you put in it. I like to do it like Asian style. I'll cook the ramen noodles and then I'll add in a couple of eggs and some scallions and some hot sauce. And then you just don't eat you don't drink, I don't drink the broth. I just eat the other stuff. Crow has been going to the gym lately. So proud of him. He's trying so hard to be healthy. Yeah, well, because he's got the health issues. So good for him. Good for him. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. And like I said, when we come back, you'll see where I am. We'll get caught up again and move on to the next several stages. Oh, look, we get to make a little shovel and stuff. That's freaking cool. Little birdhouse. Oh, this gets fun the further on I go. So I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I know it's my off night, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. You lifted my spirits. I'm just feeling a lot better than I did earlier. Hey, TARDIS. Hello, hello. Just popping in for a short time because I got to go volunteer soon. Good for you. Good for you. Go volunteering. That's wonderful. Um, don't forget, tomorrow is the roundtable with Boo Productions. And God, let me see. I'm trying to remember everybody that was on there. There's going to be a few of us. The Medley Mediums, Mason. I forgot who else is going to be on there. There's going to be a few of us on there. Having a great conversation, hopefully, with some good questions. And hopefully you'll all be there to check it out. Also, thank you to my mods. I appreciate you guys helping me out tonight. And also, guys, the reason for the double stream is if you want to donate and support my channel, you have to do it on the Raw side stream because I can't accept anything on this channel yet because we're not up in the numbers. So please remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it out. Hopefully I can get this channel up to where the other one is. And I can share a lot more things because, when you're first starting out in different channels, you're starting at the bottom again. So it's a day at a time. Yes, Joe. Okay, that's right, Joe. Yes. So Joe, Jeff, and Dana. So thank you very much, Leanne. So hopefully you guys will all turn out for that. That's going to be fun. Until then, guys, have a great evening. I believe Bill is on live now. So if you guys want to go check out Carburetors and Coffee, he's finishing up a car repair. Yes, Carlin Beardo too. Oh my God, a bad girl. Bad girl. Better yet, folks, PayPal, you get more money. I know. Well, you get nailed no matter where you donate it. But yeah, every donation is appreciated. 1,000,000%. So yeah, if you guys want to go check out Bill, he's finishing up that. Is it the Prius he was working on? Fixing that up, getting it out of the garage. So let's go do a raid over there. Until Sunday, guys, I will see you all then. And thank you, Phil, for helping me out with the screen thing. It worked out brilliantly. I love it. I love it. So yes, let's go over there and raid Bill. Until then, guys, I'll see you later.